Good afternoon once again. This is the monetary policy statement for September 2013. Inflation accelerated in August 2013 with annual headline inflation rising markedly from 5.1% in July 2013, 7.3%, rising from 5.1% in July 2013, 7.3% in August 2013. The rise in headline inflation was driven by higher food prices because of drought. Food crop prices rose by 16% in August alone. Despite the sharp rise in food crop inflation, annual core inflation was relatively stable, rising by only 0.2 percentage points to 6.6% in August 2013. Uganda is currently facing a supply side shock to agriculture, which has raised the food prices and may also impede real economic growth in 2013-2014. The risks to the outlook for core inflation over the next 12 months, which is the target for monetary policy, current fiscal year, have clearly increased. Core inflation is likely to be pushed up directly because higher food prices affect items within the core basket, such as maize, flour, and indirectly to the extent that higher food prices feed through the general price level through the cost push effects and through their impact on inflation expectations. Although the outlook for inflation has worsened, the Bank of Uganda does not expect a repeat of the inflationary surge which occurred in 2011, mainly because some of the causal factors which contributed to the rise in inflation in that year, such as rapid bank credit growth and a large exchange rate depreciation, do not pose such threats in the current economic situation. Nonetheless, it is prudent to ensure that any second round effects from the food supply shock on non-food prices are contained, thereby limiting this upward pressure on core inflation through a timely adjustment of monetary policy. A modest tightening of monetary policy should act to discourage economic agents from raising non-food prices in response to the food price shock and should counter any rise in inflationary expectations. I am fully aware of the potential impact of this on real sector economic activity. However, it is my very strong view that this is a necessary action to anchor inflation expectations and support economic growth over the medium to long term. I repeat, however, it is my strong view that this is a necessary action to anchor inflation expectations and support economic growth over the medium to long term. For the reasons outlined above, I believe that it is warranted to raise the central bank rate by 1 percentage point to 12% in September 2013. Although annual core inflation will probably remain above 6% for the next few months, by tightening monetary policy stance now, I am confident that it will fall back towards our policy target of 5% in the third quarter of 2014 at the latest. The band on the CBR will remain at plus or minus 2 percentage points, and the margin on the real discount rate will be 3 percentage points on the CBR. The real discount rate and the bank rate will now be set at 15% and 16% respectively in September 2013. Here ends the monetary policy announcements for September 2013.